Thank you, and thank you. Welcome to Thursday Night Football with Calvin Dean, sponsored by the NFL Network. You have reached the Calvin Dean Show. I mean, we do this every Thursday, people. Every Thursday when there's football season raring and go, and I will be predicting all the games, and it will be Thursday before the Thursday night game. Okay, you have to tune in because I do pick winners. And I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to fantasy football as well. So I'm going to help everyone out with fantasy football. The teams right now are, meeting like all the freshman class met, all the rookies, and the players union was telling them not to go in, but they didn't even listen to their players union because, think about it, you don't show up, you'll be working at Walmart, that's for sure. All the rookies, and I heard that all the teams were very excited with their little mini camps that they had, and we're going to go over that. I mean, now I'm telling you that the Patriots are just lighting it up. I mean, they had a great off-season acquisitions with all the free agents. I mean, $160 some odd million they spent. I mean, it's just unheard of. I mean, it's literally they haven't done that in some time. So they have to fill some voids too. They just signed Colbert. And he's going to be a great addition to the New England Patriots. Following Patrick Chung, he retired from New England, and New England was definitely in the market for another safety beyond the duo of Devin McCourty and Andrew Phillips. Colbert is low risk, man. He's an addition who might still have a lot of good football left in him, that's for sure. If he ends up seeing the field for a significant time, I think he's definitely going to show his stuff for the New England Patriots. I mean, they're just loading it up. I mean, gee, what about Steve? Steve. Tim Tebow is, he signed a 1-year agreement with the Jags. I mean, come on. Really? I mean, Tim Tebow? The guy hasn't played for like 11 years, and he's going to play as a tight end. I just, maybe you see some gadgets plays on that one. You probably could, and that's a threat, So, and then even throwing him out and having him run, because he used to be a great running quarterback, that's for sure. He has a lot of heart. I think that was a good sign for them. I think that was a really good sign for them. That gives an extra weapon that they can use, like a gadget play weapon with Tim Tebow. And, I'm telling you something. The Patriots, they even signed running back Tyler Gaffney. Now, Tyler is 6 foot. He weighs 220 pounds. He's been in... he's 30 years old, and he went to Stanford, so he's definitely, all world on that end, that's for sure. But, I just, they need something else, guys. All these guys, they just, the New England Patriots, they just can't live on Tyler Gaffney. I mean, they're going to have something in the backfield, something, They signed, he's returning to the NFL. He was a 6th-round pick by the Panthers in 2014, and he returned to the NFL in 2020 after a 3-year hiatus. He's signing with the 49ers practice squad, and now the Patriots signed him. So he must have something behind him. That's for sure. And speaking of Tebow, I can't believe the Jaguars officially signed this former Denver Bronco quarterback to play at tight end. That is just, I don't know. I mean, Jacksonville also signed 5th-round tight end Luke Farrell to his rookie deal, and the Buffalo Bills signed defensive tackle Trevon Hester to a 1-year deal. And Trevon, he's like 6'2", 302 pounds. I mean, 304 pounds. This guy's all world, man. He played for Toledo. I'm telling you, he's 28 years old. This kid's he's built. He's built like a brick shithouse, man. I mean, wow. Got to watch out for him. Hats off to them signing the Buffalo Bills signing this defensive tackle. He's going to shore up that line, the defensive line. So you're not going to be able to run on them, and they got the extra firepower on the end. Watch out for Buffalo this year. They're shoring it up. They're gonna come after Kansas City. That's for sure. The Atlanta Falcons signed offensive lineman William Sweet and released offensive lineman Jack Batho. I mean, now William Sweet, he's 313 pounds, guys, 6'6". He's 2 years in the NFL here. He's from North Carolina. He's 24 years old. The kid can play. I mean, what a great pickup for the Atlanta Falcons on that end, Dallas Cowboys signed a pair of 4th-round picks. Signed. Now, I mean, a lot of these guys going into camp, they got signed. And I'd be fearful for the veterans, I mean, I think a lot of these teams are taking the new blood and just bringing it in, Got the new blood quarterbacks coming in. Going to be exciting. You got a lot of new blood wideouts, new blood receivers, new blood tight ends. I mean, it's going to be an exciting year. This is going to be one of the most exciting years in the NFL. That's what I think. I really do. I think it's been incredibly competitive. I don't think there's just going to be one dominant team, either in the NFC or the AFC. I really think it's going to be a battle. And it's going to be fun to watch, too. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys, like I said, they signed, a pair of 4th-rounders, linebacker Jabril Cox and offensive lineman Josh Bell to their rookie deals. Now, hey, if they're signing them, I mean, Cox is from LSU. He's 232 pounds, 6'3". The guy can really play, guys. The guy can really, really play. So you got to watch out for him. That's for sure. And then, fast linebacker, LSU. Come on, really? Then you have the offensive lineman, Josh Bell, they signed as well. I mean, I'm telling you something. Josh Bell, I mean, he's 308 pounds, 6'7". Wow. I mean, the guy is, 4th-round pick. He was the 138th pick in the 4th round, and the guy is definitely all world, and you got to watch out for him as well. The Cardinals signed 2021 draft picks cornerback Marco Wilson, which was the number 36th pick, and then safety James Wiggins, which was the 243rd pick, and offensive lineman Michael Manette, the 247th pick. I mean, think about it. I mean, this is unheard of, guys. Minicamp, all these guys, rookies going into minicamp, and then after minicamp, the teams are just signing these guys right and left. And if I was, any type of veteran seeing this, man, I'd get I'd get into the gym ASAP and really, really start showing my stuff, because you're going to have all these rookies coming into the minicamp, and they've already signed them. Now, signing doesn't mean they're going to be playing them. They're just signing them to a rookie contract. Now, they can place them on the the practice squad, and then they would get practice squad money, but they'd be contracted from that team. So it's sort of like puts if they don't make the the top team, if they don't make the team and they put them on the practice squad, then they get practice squad money. And that's unfortunate for those guys. Well, fortunate and unfortunate. Fortunate that the team still wants them around, and B, they signed a contract, but then C, they're playing with, like I said, the money of just practice squad money. So, and that is considerably lower than when they're on a rookie contract and they're actually playing in the NFL. Now, think about this one. Julian Edelman ends talks with joining the Buccaneers. Tom really wanted him on the team, but he came back and just his response was that I'm a one-team guy. So that's too bad. I would have loved to seen Julian playing with Tom again. That would have been remarkable. So it would have been fun to watch. Because, think about it. He's not the only wideout, and it would have been fun watching Julian Edelman play again. I thought he was dynamic. The guy, had just the quickness of his routes was just amazing. I was just so impressive. I remember a few Super Bowls with him in it. He was just, they couldn't stop him. They just couldn't stop him. The Atlanta Falcons couldn't stop him. All the teams that he played, it was hard for them to stop this guy. He was really, really good. And when he was on his game and not being hurt, he was definitely one of the best slot receivers in the NFL. That's for sure. And Tom loved him. That one catch in the Super Bowl when they were making that comeback, that one catch near midfield. What a catch, that diving catch. That right there was the game of all games, and it was a Super Bowl. He always came through. That's another thing. He was Mr. Playoff, like James White on the New England Patriots. He is all world. That's for sure. And it's too bad. I would have loved to seen Julian come back and play one more year with Tom Brady. That would have been fun to see. Yet it's not going to happen. So we go onward, right, everyone? Now, let's get back to the saga. The saga of, who is it? The Green Bay Packers. Oh, yeah. And, oh, no. Aaron-Rodgers. Wow. Aaron-Rodgers. It's like watching a soap opera, and the bad thing about all this with Aaron Rodgers is that he doesn't come out and say anything. He just lets, his agents come out and then his posse come out and talk and then his tweets and then his other, teammate tweets. And then, it's just funny how this is, transpired, and, the Green Bay Packers talking contract. They're really trying to hammer out a deal because they got some primetime games that they're going to be on prime time. And, I tell you, the TV contracts, the people who are, paying for the advertisers and stuff, I'm telling you something, a lot of those advertisers might even go bye-bye if Aaron Rodgers is not playing. That's a huge draw. And, how many people are going to really tune into their games, the primetime games for the Green Bay Packers, if Aaron Rodgers is not playing? If he's playing on another team or if he's just sitting out. And, I think Jordan Love, now this is my opinion, I said this from the beginning, I don't think he's going to be starting on the Green Bay Packers. He'll maybe start. They're going to make a huge decision. They're going to start Jordan Love. He's going to fall flat on his face. Davante Adams, he's not going to play. He's considering not playing if Aaron Rodgers is not playing. So just think about this. Jordan Love plays, right? Davante Adams says, nah, I'm not going to play without Aaron Rodgers. Well, what happens there, guys? What happens there? Because Davante's in his last year of a contract. So, and he's literally the best wide route in the NFL. I don't care. You can talk to me to your blue in the face. Davante Adams is the best wideout in the NFL. He has speed. He has hands. He has route ability. He has the ability to leap and go for a great to leap and get the high passes. That's what I'm trying to say. And I mean, the guy is really he's in the all-world club, the Calvin Dean all-world club. I mean, yes, Davante Adams is in that club along with Aaron-Rodgers. And there's not many in that club, mind you. There's not many in the Calvin Dean all-world club. And Davante Adams is in that all-world club. Hey, Edelman was in it, but he's retired now, so he's out of it. But, I'm telling you something. The Green Bay Packers, if they don't have Aaron Rodgers, they're not going to be making a playoff run. If they don't have Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers, they might not even have a winning season. So that's the key. Listen to me, Green Bay Packer fans. Listen to me. I know my stuff. I do. And I'm telling you right now, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play, you will miss the playoffs. If Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams don't play, hear me out on this one, if they're not playing, the Green Bay Packers will be hard fought to even get to 500. I don't think I could tell you this. I'm telling you this. That if they don't have Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, the team will end up 6-11. They'll have a losing season, and the Bears will be hard fought to be in contention with that division. And I think if Aaron Rodgers does play, the Bears will and the Green Bay Packers will be fighting for the division title. Bar none, Green Bay will win that title, but it will be close. But no Aaron Rodgers, no playoffs. No Aaron Rodgers and no Davante Adams. Under 500 for the year. So, if you're a Green Bay Packer fan, I'd be phoning the Green Bay Packers. I'd be writing them. I'd be imploring your distaste on handling this deal. You have to look at it this way. I'm going to tell you how I look at it. Okay, so look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? They got the GOAT, right? Now, the GOAT is the greatest of all time. There's not one quarterback that's ever won 7 championships. Not one out there. So he is the GOAT. Now, he proved it by going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from New England. But mind you, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they juiced up, man. They're juicing, dude. I mean, they are juicing. They went out and just spent. And they made sure last year's team was healthy and in-house for this next run. Come on. They just won the championship. And then they kept all their players. All of them. All the primetime players they kept. And, it's just, that's important. That's really important to keep all those primetime players because, that's the only way to make it. Bar none, they will be in the playoffs again. Trust me, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they might even be shooting for, I'm saying, they might even have a chance to go undefeated. That's how good the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are good. Their defense was rocking near the end of the year. I mean, rocking. In the playoffs, I'm sorry, not one team. I mean, in the playoffs. I mean, it was all their defense was just rocking, and then their offense was just clicking. So when your offense is clicking and your defense is clicking, especially the defense, when your defense is clicking, you have an offense like that. Oh, I'm sorry. Look what they did to Kansas City. They destroyed them. Destroyed Kansas City. And, Green Bay, now going back to Aaron-Rodgers, Green Bay gave Tampa Bay a better game than Kansas City did. Now think about that one. Now, if you're Aaron Rodgers, right, and you're thinking, here is free agency. Look what the New England Patriots did. They went out and got 2 killer tight ends, right? And they just went on and on. They got some wideouts. And what has Green Bay done in the offseason? Think about that now. Think about what New England did. They went out and spent $160 some odd million, right? Right? And then they got Mac Jones in the first round, which that's their future, Mac Jones. So they want to win. They loaded the wagons, man, and the New England Patriots have loaded the wagons to win. Now just think if they had Aaron Rodgers. Wow. If Aaron was on the New England Patriots right now, if he went to New England Patriots, wow. I'm sorry, it'd be New England Patriots in the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If that happened. Instant. That'd be the easiest pick I'd ever have. Right now, I'm seeing Tampa Bay going to the Super Bowl again. One of these teams in the NFC will have to prove me wrong. I predicted it last year, and I'm on the verge of predicting it again. Now, mind you, I haven't fully predicted it, but during this preseason and the preseason games up to the first game of the season, that first week before the first game of the season, I'm going to have to predict, yes, the first week before the first game of the Thursday night game of the season, which has now a powerhouse, Dallas against Tampa Bay. Now that's the first game of this year, and it's going to be played in Tampa Bay. Now, the week before that, I will tell everyone my prediction, who's going to the Super Bowl in the NFC and who is going to the Super Bowl in the AFC. I will predict that. Last year I got it right. I even got the Super Bowl right. I told everyone, go out and take all your money out of your bank account because the New England Patriots, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, I predicted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would beat the Kansas City Chiefs by 17 points. That was wrong on that one, but guess what? If you would have bet, you would have gotten the points. You would have won, and if you put your house on it, you would have 2 houses now. That's how rich you'd be if you listened to my picks during the NFL season. Wow, that, my friends, that's gold. That's gold. When you're doing that FanDuel and then picking your teams and picking which team's going to win and lose, I'm telling you something. You'd be a fool not to listen to the Calvin Dean Show on Thursday Night Football every week, listening to that show. And I'm telling you something. I'm very rarely wrong when it comes to picks in the NFL. It's just very, very rarely wrong, Now, how about Nikki's Niners? My buddy Nikki up in San Francisco, she loves those Niners, and she is all over those Niners. And, I heard their mini camp went well, and Trey Lance looked phenomenal. And Jimmy G, I'd be pissed off if I was Jimmy G. Think about it. Yeah, you want me to mentor this kid? Yeah, screw you. I brought you to do a Super Bowl my first year, the first year I won games. He was like a half a year. Then he got hurt, and then the next year I was healthy. And this is Jimmy G talking, and I brought my team to the Super Bowl. I brought your damn team to the Super Bowl, And then last year everyone got hurt, and it's just, we just have to take everything into account. I mean, their whole team was hurt, and then Jimmy G got hurt after 6 games, but it was over, man, because everyone else was hurt and they didn't have that defense. That defense, if everyone stays healthy on that defense, on the San Francisco 49ers, Nicky's Niners, watch out for the Niners this year. Watch out for the Niners. But the only question mark is that quarterback position. And the reason why I say question mark, Jimmy G is definitely going to be starting, but I mean, how much will he be in the game, in his head in the game? Now, mind you, he knows he has Trey Lance behind him, and he knows that they just drafted their future. Now, think about this one. Let's say Jimmy G gets really hot, right? Okay, the scenario. Help me out with this one. Okay, Jimmy G gets really hot, and then he takes the team to the Super Bowl. Okay, beats the GOAT in the championship game, right? Takes his team to the Super Bowl, wins the Super Bowl, right? Wins the Super Bowl. What will the 49ers do then? Think about that. What will they do then? That would be something to think about. What would they do? Jimmy G comes in, takes the team, has a killer year. Killer. Wins the Super Bowl, and just didn't win the Super Bowl, wins it by 2-3 touchdowns, and Jimmy G looks all world. So what would the 49ers do then? I mean, come on. Come on, Nicky. What would they do, Nicky? Come on. We all know. I mean, they would have to stick with Jimmy G, and they would have to keep Mr. Trey Lance on the back burner. But what happens if he comes out and does a really great the next year, but they wins a championship, they go to the championship game. Let's just say they lose by some stupid defensive lack of and their defense gets rolled and they lose by a couple points or something. What would the 49ers do then? Would they keep Jimmy G? Would they keep? That's my thing, man. If I was Jimmy, I would be pissed. I would be literally pissed, and I'd be really pissed. That's for sure. So I think the Niners are definitely going to be one of those teams. One of those teams that is going to be in contention. I don't think I think Philadelphia Eagles will be one of the teams that is on a rebuild. They lost Carson Wentz. They have Jalen Hurts. I'm not a big fan, and they lost. Lost a lot of people. They did, and I don't know where the next road is that for the Philadelphia Eagles. I just don't know what's in store for them. I just don't. I just can't see them having a winning season. I just don't. And thank God Carson got out of there. And Carson Wentz, that's going to be a surprise. Watch out for the Indianapolis Colts, guys. Carson Wentz is going to thrive in that offense, and he's going to thrive behind that offensive line. And I'm telling you something, he's got a gun, and T.Y. Hilton's licking his chops right now. He's going to show Philly the big middle finger when he makes it to the playoffs, and Philly is only wins 2 games of the year. I think. I'm serious. I think Philadelphia Eagles will probably win at the most 2 games of the whole entire year. Might even be right near the first. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will probably be the worst team in football this coming year, and I just see it happening. And it's their fault. It's their fault. They just didn't go out and draft well. Their free agency really was lacking, And that I think the biggest push will be the New York Giants. If the New York Giants don't win with Galladay, Barkley, Jones, their incredible, talented tight end, Evan Ingram. Yes, Evan Ingram's. I mean, that guy's seriously. He gets hurt. That's the only thing. That's the thing. He's been hurt, but when he is on fire, wow. They have currently 3 tight ends. They have Evan Ingram, right? Caden Smith, and Levine Tololo. And they signed Ryson John to the reserve future on January 4th. So they really have him on the reserves. I'm telling you something. You got to watch out for the Giants this year, guys. You got to watch out because they're going to be healthy, and they shored up that defense, and they're going to be rocking, man. They're going to be rocking that defense. And that offense is going to be rocking. And I don't know. Now the Cowboys got better. They got Micah Parsons from Penn State. They're shoring up. They're trying to shore up their offensive line. It's still not there. They have a great offense. Yes, that's the whole thing. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a big, huge fan of Dak Prescott. He's got some good numbers, don't get me wrong. I don't think he was worth the $160 million that they paid him. That's just me. I don't think, especially coming off of that terrible injury he just had, I think this is a huge mistake on the Dallas Cowboys. I really do. I don't think they should have. I think they should have maybe signed him to a 1 year just to see if he could still play at that level after the injury that he sustained. There's other quarterbacks out there that they could grab. I mean, think about it. Aaron-Rodgers wants out of town. Hello. Jimmy G wants out of town. Hello. And even Mr. Watson from Houston going to Dallas, that would be a thought. You know what I mean? So, and then them, trading to Houston, I think that would be a great trade, and I would be hats off. Now, me on that hand, I would love that. I would rather, those are the 3 quarterbacks I'd be starting. Think about it. Dak Prescott, Watson. Of course, you'd start Watson. Think about that, guys. Now, you really have to think about that. Aaron Rodgers over Dak Prescott. You'd start Aaron Rodgers. Now, Jimmy G, I would just start Jimmy G. Now, other people might think differently, but has Dak Prescott brought his team in the last 2 to 3 years to their Super Bowl? Yes or no? No. Has Dak Prescott in the last 2 or 3 years brought his team to the championship game? Yes or no? No. So, and has Jimmy G brought his team to the Super Bowl in the last 2 or 3 years? Yes. Has Jimmy G brought his team to the championship game in the last 2 or 3 years? Yes. So, that's what you have to look at. You have to look at it that way. That's how I would look at it. I see Jimmy G as a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. Shoot me, whatever, but I just think he is. I think he has more talent. But once again, both of them, I would question mark because they both that injury, and especially Dak's injury. He's not going to be 100%. I'm sorry. You can talk to me till you're blue in the face. That injury, he won't be 100% until maybe the next season. I mean, a true 100%. You can talk to me till you're blue in the face on that one. I'm not going to listen to you. I don't think he'd be truly, 100% by this season, and I don't even think he'll be truly 100% by near the end of the season. I just don't see it happening. Now, this might make him a better quarterback. He might choose to pass the ball more instead of run. That might help him in his game. I don't know. I don't think, like I said, I haven't been the biggest Dallas Cowboy, Dak Prescott fan. Now I'm a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, fan of every single team. I am. I don't have favorite team. I don't have a favorite team, not at all. But I do have favorite players. But I do have. I love. I'm sick, people. I'm sick because I like almost every single player. I could go to each team and go, wow, on a lot of the players, and it'd just be one wow after another, unless if I'm looking at the New York Jets. Now that's another team that's on the rise. The New York Jets. You have to watch them this year. You're going to have to really watch the New York Jets because they are dangerous. They are going to be dangerous. They are going to be dangerous. Now, will Zach Wilson step up? That's a question mark. Will this rookie, be all that the first year? I don't know. I don't think their offensive line is true. I mean, they did go out and get a big offensive lineman tackle. I understand that, and I understand all their acquisitions. I do understand all that, but still, I think they're a good maybe a year or 2 years of draft away from making any type of impact in the NFL. They did only win 2 games last year. That's the New York Jets now. Now, this year, I think it'll be a different year. I think they'll have times that they'll show, signs that they're really on fire. I think it's going to be erratic because of the age group that we're dealing with, the New York Jets, and I just don't see them doing as well as maybe a true Jet fan would think they're going to be doing. I'm just being honest, and honest with myself, honest with I hope they prove me wrong. Wish they will, but I don't think they will. I think maybe, just maybe, they'll have at the most 5 wins. I doubt it. I can't do that. I can't do that. That would just be dishonest. I think maybe the Jets will win either 3 to 4 games for the year. I think they're just going to show their weaknesses still, and I think that, unfortunately, I think Zach Wilson might get hurt during the year. I think he's going to get hurt because I just don't see the Jets being all world as everyone thinks that they're going to be. I really don't. I'd be shocked if they won more than 4 games. Shocked. I hope they shock me. I really do. I hope every team that I talk about, and if I say they're going to be this or that, I hope they prove me wrong. I really do. I always say that now, mind you. I always say that. Like, you have the Browns, okay, and Baker Mayfield. And one year I loaded up on him and all my fantasy football teams, and he just, fell flat on his face, had a terrible year. And, of course, I had 60 fantasy football teams that year. Not last year, it was the year before. And literally over half of them had Baker Mayfield. I picked him up, and I was all excited. But, he just, blew an egg. And then the next year, last year, he stepped up and he proved me wrong. And I was happy that he did. And I'm excited to see Baker Mayfield play this year. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. I mean, guys, this is going to be a fun year, guys. Fun year. I mean, I think it's going to be the most exciting year in the NFL. I really do. And I'm completely excited to see how the Washington football team goes with Fitzmagic behind the helm. Excuse me. And I'm telling you something. They're shoring up their offense, guys. They're shoring up their offense, shoring up their defense. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch these guys. Because they got rid of Moses, and they added Charles Leno Jr., who was previously released by the Bears, and they have the second round pick tackle of Samuel Cosme. So you got. I mean, I'm telling you something. Christians, he exits. Came after Washington traded for guard Eric Flowers. So I just it's returning him to place where he first made a transition from tackle to guard and became a solid blocker after struggling on the outside. I mean, I tell you something, the moves saves Washington really almost $6 million in cap space. It was like, I think it was $5.9 million Washington making these moves and getting that much money more in cap space, and I'm telling you something, this Washington football team, you got to watch these guys. These guys are going to be good. I mean, they got a great defense. They shored up their defense even more. And, if you have a strong defense and you have that offense clicking and you got Ryan Fitzpatrick back there, Fitzmagic back there doing his stuff, I mean, you got to watch it. I think it'll be the Giants and the Washington Redskins fighting for the division title. I think it's going to be hard fought. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys will be fighting for the division title. I just don't see it happening. Dallas is going to, they play the first game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Come on, man. Really? I mean, Dallas's defense, they went out and got, like I said, Micah Parsons from Penn State, one of the best linebacker in the draft. And they're shoring everything up, but still that offensive line's in question. And then you got the defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing them in the first game. Come on now. Really? I think Dallas is in trouble. I really think they're in trouble. So you have to it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, I think now I think the NFL sleepers were which is I think there's definitely some sleepers out there in the NFL, standouts, day 2 standouts in the draft. I think the overall sleeper was cornerback Eric Stokes from Georgia. I thought he was just, he's the major sleeper in the NFL. I mean, that guy, he is definitely, he's all world. He probably will be on the all world team soon. Another sleeper would be Rondale Moore. I mean, that kid can fly. He's 20 years old, and they're saying that he's like, he has the speed like Tyreek Hill. He has that explosive traits. I mean, gotta watch that kid. I mean, he runs a 4.3 40 in the combine. Vertical jump was 42.5 inches. He had the 3-cone drill at 6.68, resulting in a 92 athleticism score. I mean, that's unheard of, I mean, you got to watch out for him. That's for sure. A lot of stuff going on in the NFL, guys. I could go over this all day long. It's been fun. Thank you for tuning in to the Calvin Dean Show. This is Calvin Dean. Tune in next week to Thursday Night Football with Calvin Dean. We are sponsored by the NFL Network. Take care, everyone, and be safe. Get vaccinated, okay? Take care. Calvin Dean.